Did you miss me?
All right. Bust it with a freestyle, Tim.
Oh, what? Freestyle. Oh, hey, now listen up. I got trouble picking it up, and when I'm lifting it up, dog, I'm hitting you up. Niggas is shit out of luck. When I'm spitting you duck, I'm giving a fuck. Put the yak up in my cup, I'm gangster. Gonna reach you like 4 left claws. Split you up in 7 pieces like Dragon Balls. Ready to fall. Make it say, damn, that's all, cause I'm a murderer, 300 pounds, 6 feet tall. Get up out of here, boy.
What? I'm proud. Hey, now everybody just say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Come on, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Hey, now everybody just say it loud.
What it do, what it does, what it is, what it ain't. It's your boy Tim and your boy CJ back again with another Say It Loud podcast.
Say it loud.
Black and proud.
We black as hell.
What's going on today, people?
You know?
This podcast episode is dedicated to the ones that ride their car on E because they know their car.
Yeah. And for the ones that ride on E because gas is motherfucking more than a meal at McDonald's per gallon.
Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, look, I'm marking this right now, this day. If gas goes up to above $5 a gallon, I'm starting my Only Toes account.
It's going, so you
it's
better
going
get
up.
your pedicures
it's
and
going
all that
up.
on.
It's going stuck. Yep, I got my appointments ready.
I'm telling you
Tim's
what.
Only Toes. You're going to see some sexy toes. You're going to see some athletic toes. You're going to see some toes cooking. You're just going to see toes. It's my toes.
I'm very disgusted because I hate feet.
I'm telling you, bro.
Feet.
There's people right now making 5-6 figures just off their toes.
Absolutely. I definitely was trying to look into doing that, but because I was like, listen, I could get some feet pictures. I would start with not mine, but I'm sure I would get a high clientele to be like, I seen these. I Googled these. So I would put my own feet out there even as much as I wouldn't look at it. I just look away, take the picture, send it.
You wouldn't look at your own feet?
I'd look at them. I look at my feet. Feet are gross.
Man, you ain't knowing.
Yeah, I do know. What are you talking about?
No. Who had the? I'm not gonna ask you that question. I'll just say it myself. I remember I had the worst bad foot smelling day ever. Like, you ever mess up your own nostrils? Like, I had a day where I worked at the airport, right? And I walked home. I walked to and from work at this time, and I worked out at the gym
then
at the apartment.
You didn't live far from there.
No, it was just like right around the corner, right? So like all day I had and it was a hot day too. All day I'm pushing luggage carts, bringing in airplanes, and I'm on my feet 8 hours. I did overtime that day too. I went home. I didn't take my shoes off all day until like 10 o'clock when everybody was asleep, when I was getting ready to take a shower or whatnot. I took them shoes off, boy, in that bathroom. I think I passed out. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. I've definitely, there was just a period of life where my feet just stank. I was washing, I don't know, man. It just was, but.
So what stinks worse, foot odor or body odor?
Body odor, well,
or bad
hits.
breath, or bad breath.
Shit. See, but you can avoid the bad breath by just not being in the line of sight a lot of times.
True.
But if you're face to face, yeah, that's obviously. But body odor, you ain't even gotta be on the same side of the room for that humming to come up off of them and just start. Doing this shit throughout the whole, you know what I mean?
Another thing too, like foot odor though, like it stays. Like for some reason, foot odor just stays.
Yeah. Now let me tell you this. There was one time, I remember it was my sophomore year. I was doing a Tribes project. It was a show I was doing, and the cast, we were all in high school, and we were tasked with, getting to know each other, get closer. So we had a whole sleepover at somebody's house. We was there kicking it that night. And I had taken my shoes, but I was hesitant on taking my shoes off because that was around the time I was like, man, my feet just ain't doing right. But we was kicking it, and everybody was chilling, so I was like, I'm not going to sit here in my tennis shoes.
Right.
So I kicked my shoes off.
Right.
I'm in a chair.
Right.
My homeboy Jason's laying on the floor. You know, we're all sitting around, and he has his head down, and then he turns it. And then he looks up and he just looks back at me. He said, "CJ, is that your feet, dog?" There was only like 8 of us there, but you talk about some of the biggest embarrassment ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just like, "It is my feet. I'm sorry."
Dang. Yeah, and speaking of feet, the biggest news out of Seattle, in the NFL.
How was this about feet?
Football.
Oh, feet. Oh, I see. My nigga.
See, it be your own
It be
niggas.
your own people.
Anyways,
why are you doing that? She messed up and then she just sat there. She was like, "It was me." What are you doing? Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Russell Wilson
yeah,
is headed out of Seattle, headed on to the Mile High City, Denver. He's the new Denver Broncos quarterback. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'm gonna be honest. I never thought I'd see it either.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you what. I am not one that will burn the Russell jersey. I'm not turning my back. Well, I'm not rooting for him anymore.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you this. I have always had this stance. NFL players, go get your money.
That's right.
I'm going to say fuck the fans. But you know what? Oh, he left us. You ain't shit. No, man. If you're good, you got 9 good seasons of the NFL. If you're protected and do everything right. After that, that's your career. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You got to do something else. Mm-hmm. So my stance has always been get your money while you're here.
I agree on both sides. I agree. An athlete should definitely get his money wherever he can play. However, I do think that as me being a football player, there's something to be said about being loyal to your soil. You know what I'm saying? Like. And not in soil meaning where you were born, where you grew up, and you're the team that drafted you first. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see both sides. I mean, if I'm not getting paid where I should be in one place, I definitely should go. But I mean, it's definitely from a fan standpoint sad to see one of your best players who has always been here since the start of his career just go off of some money off of some money stuff.
See, but the thing about it is Russell was already, at the beginning, he was taking the hits as far as money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he already put in his dues of, I'm not being paid what I'm worth, but I'm still playing. Now he has made it to the point where he said, I am worth this, and if you ain't paying me, I love you, but that's what I'm worth.
Right. And,
you know, I am not mad.
And here's how I feel about Seattle sports teams, and I said this to people that I know personally, but I'm gonna say it on here, and I'm gonna say it loud.
Black and proud.
I think that Seattle sports teams, they make the dumbest roster moves in sports. Like the last couple decades from Seattle sports teams, I'm talking across the board. Seahawks, Sonics when they were here, the Storm and the Mariners. Like ever since back then, like as soon as like Griffey left and like that whole team got disbanded, like they make some horrible roster moves. And then I believe that the Seahawks, speaking on the Seahawks, because they workhorse their best players, which, you know, saying like, look at Sean Alexander. Like they worked him to death. That's why he retired early.
Yeah. Well, again, that's going back to your lifespan in the NFL anyway. Right.
And that brings me to my original point about Russell Wilson. They gave him all that money because they tried to see if they can do it with just him. Like, granted, he had DK and Lockett, and the defense still had Bobby Wagner, and like defense was struggling. Offense was there.
They was the only Bobby. What? Can you hand me that? There's a lot happening. Who's texting me? Yeah. Oh. Well, then you answer. My fault. Sorry. Bobby and Russ were the only 2 people from the Super Bowl team left.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's just really cleaning house. Now, yes, they're going to with clearing up the cap space again with Russ, he was taking up 40%.
That's a lot,
You
bro.
got to pay
that is
53 other people.
Yeah. Looking at a team standpoint, I thought that was a little bit selfish to me.
On who? For Russ?
Yeah.
See, I think that's whack. Russ, again, he already had to share money.
But
I never really lived that life.
Look, the team offered him the money. At the same time, he could have said, we work at something to give some of the money to this offensive line to protect me so I can do my job. Your quarterback is just as good as your offensive line.
Yes, but now he's deep into his career now.
Right.
So I doubt very seriously. Of course, he still wants to win a Super Bowl. I'm not, okay.
Right.
But I doubt very seriously if he's as invested in building a team around him as he is getting the bang for his buck wherever he goes.
Right.
Again, he does have a Super Bowl, which is everybody's goal.
Right.
So he has that. So he wants another one. But now it's really a legacy.
Right.
I'm going to play the game I love for as long as I can, but guess what I'm not finna do? I'm not finna waste the time I got or the money. He's like, y'all had time to build shit. You could have done this and you didn't, and I get it. I want my money just like everybody. You couldn't do it. And they're offering me more. I got to go.
So what do you? Where's your stance on a player playing later in his career to try to chase records and get that notoriety, get them Brady numbers? Like, what if he's looking out for his legacy and he's trying to be up there, like in legacy standings with amongst quarterbacks in the NFL?
Then he would have to go to another team anyway then, because we couldn't afford him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's certain things that happen that we just can't escape. That was one of them.
And it's one thing if you have an offensive line that are good and you have them at an affordable price, you don't have a problem. But they are not good.
Yeah.
So you need to pay somebody. In order to do that, Russell's taking up all your money.
Right.
So I see, so they basically cleaned all the house out again. Those are the last two. Mm-hmm. So they have so much money available now. I don't think it's going to be a rebuilding season. They're going to go out and get some people, hopefully.
Okay. So next season are they winning the West?
No.
Wild card?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know, but what I do hope is that the motherfucking prices of the tickets come down now.
All right.
Can regular people go to the games again?
I'm saying what I read that Bobby Wagner and the Niners were talking.
That's where Sherman did the same thing. He went there. I ain't tripping. People got to play. I'm not so much on like, oh, I hate that team. Yes, there are teams I dislike, but I ain't invested like that. So
no, I definitely am. Like, I'm very tribal when it comes to my Buccaneers. Seriously, I get it. Don't give me that face. You're still mad.
The Succaneers.
Whatever. You're just mad.
Suckveneers.
You're just mad because we got more Super Bowl wins than you, and we're perfect every time we went to the Super Bowl.
I have never personally been to the Super Bowl.
Anyway, speaking about people who never did things.
Wait, what's the topic?
Speaking of people that said they did things but never did things. Jesse.
Oh, Juicy
Smouye. Jesse Smollett got sentenced to 5 months, 150 days in jail.
I mean, he's lucky that's all he got. This has been a long, and it's really only because he's famous that this was been dragged out so long. I don't know.
Do you know what's funny? Like, I read the story when it first happened. I was like, Eli.
Oh yeah,
he lying
the
his
dumbest
ass
story
off.
in the world.
He lying his ass off. Like, for real. I done told better fibs than that when I was 9.
And Dave Chappelle really did say it the best when he said, "Cause we clearly knew that this nigga was lying.
He's clearly lying.
Like, come on, bro.
Nigga, what do you say? It was 30 below in Chicago?
Yeah, like 30. But yeah, it was ridiculously cold, and this nigga went to Subway at 2 a.m.
I'm thinking, like, in the age of Uber Eats and DoorDash, you going out by yourself? Nigga?
All of that.
And you a celebrity.
And again, what really, for me, I'm just like, brother, they have you on tape practicing.
With two Wakandan soldiers.
They had surveillance cameras. These niggas went to the scene prior to go through the motions of how this was supposed to happen. That's on tape, my nigga. That's why when the clip was playing, it was like, I didn't do this. Yes, you did.
He sure did.
But now with that.
That's a good question. Why wouldn't he practice at home?
Had to get the corner right or something? I don't know. Make sure we on the right corner because there's a lot of people out at 2 a.m. in the snow.
I'm saying, bro.
But the thing about it was, I heard on the video, I almost called him Juicy. Jussie was saying, I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal. So if I, go in jail and end up dead, hey, I was fully with him. Listen.
What?
Listen, on that part. No, you got to think about it. Listen, I'm a famous person. I'm going to jail, and everybody kind of hates me. Who knows what'll happen, and especially with police and shit. Like, now, he could be trying to spin,
Right.
Because the whole story didn't make sense to begin with. The F-word nigga.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't even make any sense. But in a real way,
right. Just
flash Sandra Bland in your mind. She went to jail. They said she killed herself. I don't think so. So I think he was taking that moment where it sunk in. Mm-hmm. Oh, you going to jail, nigga.
Yeah.
So he was like,
I'm not going to jail now.
So if I end up dead, please look at them.
Hey.
See, you laughing during a death moment. You ain't shit.
No.
Juicy.
No.
If nobody cares, I care.
I care.
Juicy
no.
fruit.
Juicy.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, pause. Anyway.
That was like a terrible, that was a joke on so many levels that I didn't want to make. Oh, I don't know whether to edit it out or leave it. It was brilliant,
Woo.
but I don't know.
No, you leaving that in.
That was great. Okay.
That was great. No, what the hell was I saying?
You started singing or
saying something. What was I saying? What the fuck was I saying?
I don't know. I said you going to jail.
Oh
now.
yeah, remember that shit? The dude on the bus. He going to jail now. Is that me or you? Phones is ringing up in the place.
Phones is buzzing.
Everything. The devil is a liar.
The devil been lying. He coming?
Yeah, that's what the address is.
Amen.
That's one of them literally.
Yeah,
Amen.
tell him go to.
Amen.
Don't. Yeah, I'm talking too much.
Amen.
Tell him to go to Hustle Studios. Okay. Yeah, Juicy. He going. Oh, pause.
Pause. When the gangsters hit the road, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie.
Hey man, so when it comes to that, doing the hands on your knees and all that stuff, would you agree that it's more shoulders than anything?
With the
look at these. Let's look at these.
Actually, when the song actually going,
yeah,
yeah, it's shoulders.
Yeah,
that's where
shoulders.
the first twerk started.
Just
like that.
You think Eve was twerking in the garden for Adam?
Did they have music?
They had to. I mean,
what? That was probably the most ignorant thing I've heard you say today. And it wasn't even words. No, because it was just Adam and Eve at first.
Right, but I'm pretty sure they had like a harp or
from?
something. It's magical in the Garden of Eden.
There had to be. At first, it was just them, but so what? God had to make other people.
He had to.
I refuse to believe.
He had to.
That their kids had kids with their kids. Had kids with
I've
their
always
kids.
wondered about such things.
That's
He
crazy.
only talks about making them, but he clearly had to make other people too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I be like, the Bible don't be look, man, you ain't telling me everything.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. I'll just make
good.
the camera make. It doesn't matter. Anyway, all right, yeah. Justice for Juicy.
Justice for Juicy. And speaking of justice, just us, because we are black in this country and it's just us in this bitch. Ryan Coogler needs your support. For one, for two, this country's man.
I don't even get why it happened. Like,
it shouldn't have happened
nice.
in the first place. Everything fell into place where this type of thing should have not happened.
Well, first of all, let's cover. So, if you don't know, Ryan Coogler, who is the director of Black Panther,
right,
critically acclaimed movie.
Speak on it.
He went into a bank in January, Bank of America, had his team parked outside while he went in to what's the word? Not deposit.
Withdrawal. Yeah.
Money. Now, this is in Atlanta. Ryan Coogler is black, and he knows the streets, and he know the streets be watching. You know, you can get clipped real quick. So, and he know that, so he goes in there. He has his mask on. Now, right now in Atlanta, they're saying indoors masks are optional. It's up to you.
Right.
He chose to wear a mask. He also had sunglasses on, which I would have taken them off, but that's me. I don't know how they roll. But he had sunglasses and a mask on. And he goes up to the counter. Excuse me. He gets the withdrawal slip.
Right.
Fills that out on the front.
Right.
Then on the back writes a note. It says, can I please withdraw $12,000 from my account?
Right.
And can you count it in a separate location as to not attract attention?
Right.
Slips her this note and his ID. She got all the stuff. She at the computer, then calls her manager over.
Right.
Next thing that happens is the police come in. Well, she calls the police and says, Ryan, this guy, he's trying to rob the bank. Yes, Ryan Coogler is trying to rob the bank. She said this. And so then the police come in. They have the cameras showing the police come in, guns out. He did the smart thing. He looked up. He was like, what's going on? They was like, put your hands behind your back, guns out. He's like, yes, sir. Bam. But he's like, what's happening?
Right.
All of that to say that I don't know what the banks. I don't know what they let him go. Obviously,
I honestly think that was on like the managers. That's not policy or anything like that. That was personal.
That's ridiculous.
Because if Ryan Coogler had been Ryan Reynolds, they would have been, oh yes sir, Mr. Reynolds, come right this way. Like, now, tell me I'm wrong.
But let me be clear. Now we don't know the race of the manager. That hasn't been. Now the lady who called the police was black.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know.
But who told her to call the police?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't. The manager did. Yes.
Called her to call the police.
But again, I thought everybody was white till I heard the thing. So I need to know before I'm just gonna put that the manager in Atlanta was white.
Okay.
But aside from whatever race they are, if you got the man ID,
right,
and he has a bank account with you,
right,
and he got the money in there,
right,
whom the fuck is he trying to rob? Give him his money.
Right. Never in the history of bank robberydom has the bank robber left his ID and account numbers to everything in the bank to identify him. Never in the history. So
I think Bank of America issued a statement or apology. I'm not sure. I haven't.
Did they? Oh, did they really?
I don't know. I really haven't seen it. I just feel like I saw a headline that they did.
I don't fuck with Bank of America anyway.
I don't either, man.
Hell no. They're the most shadiest. You know what?
Or U.S. Bank.
Key Bank.
Man. Fuck y'all niggas too.
Freaking Eddie Griffin said it best. The Bank of America is like the McDonald's of banks. There's one on every corner.
Yeah.
You know that's dumb. I mean, if y'all want a bank with BECU. That's who I bank with. Shoot.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that's so Ryan Coogler, I guess he asked for, he wanted the cops' badge numbers, which, I mean, I get that, but my first thing, I've been like, well, y'all, who called y'all? What the fuck is that about?
Who called
y'all? And that was the thing. They said the police came, and first they detained his people in the truck because they figured, oh, that's the getaway drivers. And then went in.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, because his people was just out waiting in the car.
This is crazy. You know what? No. Time out. Look, I think it's safe to say that us as black men, we give off a certain level of fear to other people, I guess.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very
why would you even think to call the cops?
That is a thing that has been.
Because I'll say this much: if the manager was white, I'm just gonna assume the manager's white.
Why are we just assuming?
Because we know his race?
You just made a whole argument that don't make no sense.
Because why?
So why just find the facts first? Hold on, I'm gonna Google. I don't know what I'm asking. Bank of America manager in Atlanta? Matter of fact, yes.
Because I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty. I want to say that the teller didn't have called the police like in her head originally. Maybe she was just confused. Like, why would someone request money this way? You know what I'm saying?
What, on a slip?
No, like writing that all that, like, go to a separate room stuff.
Because
like,
he's rich, and there's probably not a whole bunch of rich people.
Do you think she knew who he? Did she knew who he was?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, and also, aside from the mask, the name that's what I was asking at the beginning. In Atlanta, I assume that the name Ryan Coogler
right,
rang some bells.
Right.
Okay, let's see. Falsely accused bank robber, similar to black lawyer's experience. Okay, Oscar nominated.
He won an Oscar and everything. And he getting put in cuffs.
Let me just read the thing. Oscar-nominated Black Panther director Ryan Coogler was falsely accused of being a bank robber and was detained by police after trying to withdraw his own money from Bank of America. Body cam footage released Wednesday shows Coogler being okay. I don't know how to find out what race they was. I mean, on headlines, because I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Well, regardless, this bullshit shouldn't have happened.
Bullshit. It shouldn't have happened. And damn it.
Yeah.
This could have ended like a lot worse than it did.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy that us as black people have that fear too. In situations like this, we fear for our fucking life.
My guy was standing there at the counter doing something, and he turned around and there was a gun on him. Bruh.
Really?
You want to talk about my knees would have gave out and shit, man?
Bro,
I would have been like, hey, what's going on? It been over.
In my opinion, I really think that black people we really don't know how powerful we actually are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how powerful us as a collective that we are. You know what I mean? If we had real unity like we had in the 60s, there would be some real change. We would be treated truly differently. Because, if it could get to Ryan Coogler, dude, it could get to any one of us. That could have been any one of us.
I don't think being famous don't mean nothing.
And just because you're black, it could have ended a whole lot worse. Just because we're black, we have to have that conversation. We have to say that it could have been a whole lot worse. Because it has been a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
It's ended. We've lost people in our community to dumb shit like this.
Yes, but I'm sorry. I'm thinking back on what you just said. It was like we could, if we were united for this, like, I don't know if we can. I don't believe. Yes, I do believe that. I'm not gonna say that. But changing someone's bias or opinion or how they view you as a race, generally, I am not personally me, CJ. I am not interested in putting my energy into making you think I'm away. Like, you see me walking down the street and you go, ooh, big scary black man. I'm not going out of my way to prove I'm not a big scary black man. Fuck you.
Right.
I'm going on about my business.
Right.
And I'm sorry that you feel that way, and I'll smile, but I'm not gonna raw or nothing. But it's just like, I'm not gonna go out my way. If you have your bias about what or who black people are, that's the world we live in. And yes, I want to teach my kids, to be different. But if I really responded every time to a situation with, I gotta prove that I'm one of the good blacks,
right?
Like, that'd be my whole. Man. I decided to say no.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. You're not doing that, and we as black people should not ever have to do that. We should be able to be free to be ourselves authentically and not be prejudged or for what we're doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't happen. And I'm telling you, we give too much to the American culture for us to be treated the way we are in this country. And I bet if we stop singing if we stop dancing, if we stop acting, if we stop cooking, if we stop building and creating, this country would be not the way it is right now. It'd be worse off. It would not. It would have no seasoning.
True.
This country would have no flavor.
True. What you're saying, what you just said is true. Now let's put honesty to that truth. That would never happen. We never gonna stop.
That's right, and that's
so it'd be stuff like that, and just in general, not with you, but it'd be stuff like that. We have all the things to be like, yo, this sucks and this sucks and this sucks. This need to change. What will it take to change? Us actually stopping doing what we love. Well, that shit ain't gonna happen. So now we just going around in a circle of being pissed off.
Right.
And that's why I be like, I ain't concerned with what you niggas think. Y'all don't like black people like that? That's fine. I don't dislike anybody, so I'm cool with you. If I scare you, all right, stay over there. I'm gonna keep walking this way.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I be having that kind of attitude because
Right.
it's tiring to
Right.
me. There are too many people that don't like me
Right.
already.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was shooting earlier with my dad.
Uh-huh.
I've been called less than a child of God and more than an asshole on many occasions. So I'm an anomaly.
Yeah, my pops used to say, ain't about what you are, is who you answer to. You know what I'm saying?
There it is. And I don't answer my phone.
At the same time, you know, I do feel like we gotta stop allowing certain stuff in order for it to happen. Like the whole white people saying nigga to black people's faces in public. Like if we start smacking people like the last few people
that's always on a case by case basis. Oh man, the last one when the dude basically slapped him to death. It was great.
He gave him that E Honda 100 hand slap.
You know?
He said, it's just like you niggers. And he said, call me another nigga. It said,
goodness.
Oh.
No, you good.
Oh,
well. See, but the thing is that's always forever going to be on a case by case basis. Saying the N word.
Uh-huh.
Why did I just say N word? Saying nigger.
Uh-huh.
That's always going to be a case by case, and it will have to do with the type of black person that's there at the time.
Right.
Because you might have, and I'll say this, just because there are different types of black people don't make anybody less black, in my opinion. You're just a different type of black.
And grew up on a different side of black culture.
Not a worse side, a different side.
A different side.
But you'll have a Carlton ass nigga.
Right.
Who will, be doing the smurder dance while they say it.
Yeah.
But then you'll have a Will type who's ready to burn the school down.
Right.
So I say that to say, in everywhere in America,
right,
when the word nigga pops up out of a white person's mouth and there's a black person around, we're never going to be on the same page because we're too different.
Okay, so what you're saying is that Carlton, with him letting his white friends say the N-word around him or say niggas around him, he's still black, even though he allowed that to happen.
Is he not black? Let's take feelings out of it.
He's
Carlton black or not?
He's black in skin color, but I do feel that his black card definitely needs to be questioned.
You and this damn black card.
It's a figure of speech.
I get that.
It's a figure of speech.
But I hate it because you really are. It seems like you're minimizing somebody's blackness because they're different from you. And who the fuck says you the black model?
I'm not saying I'm the black model. I'm saying if you're black and you let your white friends say the word nigga around you in any capacity, there's something wrong with your blackness. That your blackness didn't go off like a freaking fire alarm.
Mine did,
nigga alert.
But that's me. And again, Carlton is obviously fake, but there are Carltons out there.
Absolutely.
And the thing, again, I just have a thing with people have different experiences in life. They go through different shit. And it seems like when we talk about stuff, you're like, yo, this is the way you should have felt it. And if you didn't, I got to question your blackness. Okay. And that's bullshit.
Okay. Let me run this by you. Scenario, right? Let's take Carlton, for example, right? All right. You know his parents.
Carlton going to be our punching bag, y'all.
Look, look, Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv, you know their background. Viv from Philly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Phil from
Yamacraw.
Yamacraw, right? They're both deeply black.
Deep.
They're both knowledgeable
Mm-hmm.
about black history and culture.
Absolutely.
They're both great parents. And in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the sitcom, Viv was a teacher, right?
Yeah, a
she had a
professor, yeah.
whole black history class in that episode, remember?
Yep.
Now, I would assume that they taught their kids at certain points about what black people's gone through. You feel me? What we've gone through as a people.
Keep going. Or not.
Well, what we've gone, I'm pretty sure that they've taught their kids, Hillary, Ashley, and Carlton, about what their people went through, the sacrifices their people made, the times we've been called nigger by a mass group of white people when we're just trying to sit and get something to eat. Every instance that word's been used. So do you think that Carlton, knowing that and still letting these white boys say nigga around him, is not going to chip away at his black card?
What in the world makes you think that the parents had this conversation with the kid? No, because what you're doing is you're addressing it as this is what I would do. You not them.
No, look at the kind of people they are.
Yes,
they're very
let's take on Viv. Yes, she's from Philly, right?
Right.
When Will first got there, she was talking all the proper shit. It wasn't until Will had been there for a minute she started using Philly lingo, and one of the kids was like, "What did you say?" She's like, "Oh, that's just some Philly stuff." He pulled that out of her. So now let's take it to a Philly girl is dropped into this place and she just conforms to whatever's happening. Yes, she's had all the black experiences, but maybe she didn't bring that shit up to her kids because we live a whole different life and I'm not talking about it. Just because you might say we got to remember our roots, somebody else might say fuck them roots. We rich and this is our life. Fuck that.
And that's bullshit.
It may be, but that's the truth. And so the fact that you could take that and say, nah, you ain't the right kind of black. What do you mean? They black. They just have a different experience. That's why I be tripping. I be like, let them people be black and rich and not have a care. I would listen, nigga. Now I'm homegrown. But listen, when I get my money, I'm gonna move to a very nice place. I'm not saying just a nice house.
Okay.
And I'm gonna live a different life than what I live right now.
Okay.
Now, me being me.
Okay.
I tell people, I tell the world about it.
Okay.
Make sure about it. Keep my history alive because that's just. But there are people that don't have that same thought process, and I just don't think. For me, it's just like they got a different life.
Look, I don't care. With me, I don't care how. I don't know if you were black or how you grew up. I know the story of Emmett Till, and I'm pretty sure before he was murdered, he was called nigger a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. So I cannot, in conscience, let somebody white say the word nigger in front of me and be comfortable.
I feel you.
And I believe in my whole heart that every black person, regardless of how they grew up, should feel the same way. Seriously.
That is a bold statement.
That is a very bold statement.
Not about the word. I mean, because I feel the same. I do feel what you feel.
Right.
But I think the sentiment of whatever it is saying, if you don't feel the way I feel, I got a problem with you.
It's not.
Bro, put that in any other context. That sounds crazy. If you don't agree with me, fuck you. And I mean it. Like, that sounds crazy.
Bro,
I'm sorry, bro. That sounds crazy to me.
It's not crazy, bro. When you really think about it, like not just Emmett Till, but like every person since then that sacrificed their life, Martin, Malcolm,
yes.
All the Black Panthers,
yes,
all of them, they put their very lives and livelihoods on the line,
yes,
being called that word. Achieving what they've been achieving, being called that word. Mm-hmm. If you're black and you grew up in,
all right, listen.
You know what?
No, we gonna keep pushing because we digging right now. But I'm gonna say this, and thinking about that. All the people that sacrificed their life, that died,
right?
with being called that word. Let's just be real. Can I be real?
Be real.
Dang, I don't want to sound like left-wing people, but we say nigga, we let it fly. I let it fly.
Right.
Now, being black, we have an understanding of what we mean.
Right.
That's what we mean. But
right.
Now let's take it into the word.
Right.
Why are we so comfortable letting it fly then if it's about the sacrifice that our people made?
Because they're
taking white people out of it, just the sacrifice our people made, and we don't want anybody saying that word because they made a sacrifice. But we're like, yeah, but we cool. Why is that a thing?
Because like everything else, we took that word and flipped it and made it our own.
Yes.
Now it's a term of endearment for us in our community. We took a word that white people invented, flipped it on its end, and took it for ourselves. Now there's been a couple movements to abolish the N-word. That was
really
like Jesse Jackson and back in the 90s. Like they
don't trust Jesse Jackson. Fuck Jesse Jackson.
Right. I mean, there's people like that don't want the N-word, don't want the word nigga to be said at all in any context.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have people like Paul Mooney who say I say nigga 7 times in the morning every day to keep my teeth white. You know what I'm saying? There's people like that let the word nigga roll off their tongue.
See,
you know
that's what we going into different.
Right, but that's one thing. You use the word nigga as a term of endearment to my dude, you my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, but. And that's one thing. There's another thing for you to be the only black dude in a group of white dudes, and you're listening to songs with the word nigga in it, and they're saying it like they're you, like they're of the culture. You know what I'm saying? They're not. They're white, and they should not be comfortable with saying that. Them as white people should know what that word's done to our people to a point where they shouldn't even want to say it.
You have way too much faith in what people know or what people care about. You be passionate, and I see it, and I feel you. That ain't everybody. That's actually not most people.
You know what? You're right. It's not everybody.
And so I see you getting amped, and I be like, listen, man, if they in a locker room, and there's 19 white dudes and 1 black dude, and a radio and the song is on, and it's bumping the song. In reality. Maybe not. Let me not say reality because I know what you would do. But that scenario, you really think the 1 black dude in there is going to make a huge scene about everybody's surrounding white? So nobody's going to be on his side. Well, in our mind, nobody's going to be on his side. So you really think he's going to say anything? He will have 3 choices: say something, or just be quiet, or just be like, well, fuck it. It's a song that's on, and we in here. And yes, those are terrible things, and I see, and you hate it. But that be the reality. And with that being the reality, I just don't want to look at somebody who be in situations that we can't even imagine ourselves in.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, really, have you seen yourself I'm in a locker room with all white people, I'm the only black dude. Like, that doesn't happen normally, So with situations that we couldn't even see ourselves in, and then saying, this is what you should have done, man, you don't know.
Well, okay, I'll say this. Maybe I'm so passionate about it because that is how I grew up.
Yeah.
And every black friend that I have ever had grew up the same way. Yeah. So I'm thinking it's like standard. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to me to know that there are black people out here who know about these things and still don't care.
But see, what if they're scared,
bro?
Real talk. What if they are in a situation in their life where they are around all white people?
I got you,
and they may feel a way,
right? I got you, and I don't know everyone's situation. All I'm saying is all I really can say is if it were me, somebody's getting their ass whooped because I'm not letting that happen. Not around me.
Word.
So I'll leave it right there.
And me, I'm. It was funny because I was doing a shoot earlier, and I said, I'm more the type. I like to think about consequences now Now, like, you catch me early 20s, it was a whole different story.
Absolutely.
But now I like to think of consequences before I really take any physical things because I've been to jail and it's not dope. So, there's that.
Okay.
But that was great. Oh, but yeah, now to wrap that up in a bow, that's why I always be saying black people ain't a monolith, and that's really what I mean.
Okay.
We do different things, so it's like, okay, black culture stretches, but we also think different things, and wherever you at with it is where you at, and that's cool. For me, I want to make sure I'm on the side of saying, there ain't no, black is black to me, and there's different, but, some people carry it different. But if you got the skin, you gonna have the experience, so you black. That's the thing. That's the ultimate thing for me. That's okay. Maybe there's the Carlton ass niggas who may not have the experience, but a lot of the times it's regardless of where you're at. If you got black skin, you have experienced being black.
Right.
So, regardless of how you react to it, I don't really want to look at anybody as, man, you ain't the right kind of black for me. Now, I might not fuck with you because of what you do,
right? But
I don't pinpoint that on. I just be like, you're a fucking weirdo, and I don't mess with weirdos.
Okay. Speaking of weird shit, question.
Oh Lord.
Would you rather?
A lot weirder than. I don't know if he's weirder than me, but he's a lot weirder than
This is a very interesting topic. And y'all watching this video, comment your opinion on this very topic. Would you rather have ghosts or roaches?
All right. So we talked about this a little off camera. And that's why I was like, let's put this on camera. But the question was posed, what kind of ghosts we talking about?
Okay.
Because you got Casper, the friendly ghost, but he also had his uncles. They wasn't that friendly.
Okay. So just like ghosts and demons are different. So a ghost is just.
Because there's poltergeists.
Right. That's not the same. Ghost is less like.
But they was on a gravesite, and it was.
And what, are we talking about a residual haunting or?
I don't know.
Like, does the ghost know you're there, or is this a ghost of something that happened before you got here?
They said, wait,
like a ghost
live with ghosts.
So
it's got to be a haunted house. The ghost.
Say your apartment's haunted. Say someone.
No, we're not gonna say that.
Okay.
Let's say a house was haunted somewhere.
Okay. So a house is haunted, right?
Listen, nigga, I lived in a haunted house and I ain't doing that shit no more.
All right. So a house is haunted, right? Now, would you rather have the ghost be a residual haunting, meaning it's a ghost of somebody that was murdered, like say they got killed in the kitchen and violently? Okay. The ghost just relives that event and you see it over and over again. Doesn't know you're there, you just see a ghost. Like whatever it interacts with in the
like
kitchen.
The Sixth Sense. He just going through the motions.
Like that. Or a intelligent haunting where the ghost knows you're there, it's just roaming around the house. But he doesn't want to hurt you. He's just knocking shit over.
So he's fucking with stuff.
He has to. He's just. He's just a ghost, and he's fucking. Okay.
Nigga can go.
Okay. Say he's fucking with you. He just he's not trying to kill you. He's just fucking with you.
Everything's a threat.
Okay.
So
and on the flip side, how many roaches are we talking about?
I'm saying none. I'm going with the ghost.
Like one roach, two roaches of.
Well, that would be cured easy.
Is this Joe's apartment in this motherfucker? Like, are they singing? Are they singing on the soap? Are they riding on the cat?
Bro.
Remember Joe's apartment? Remember MTV had the movie Joe's Apartment with your boy?
Yeah, I remember.
With the singing roaches?
I remember Joe's
apartment.
That?
Yeah, so
I don't
like that.
In detail,
would you rather have them roaches?
No.
Okay.
I've lived with ghosts, so.
You've lived with ghosts before?
Yeah, we had a haunted house.
Really?
We'll talk about it on Say It Loud after dark. We'll actually we'll open with that.
Okay.
But yes, you'll have to see that on Patreon.
Okay. I would rather have a ghost.
Yes.
I would rather have a ghost because roaches are disgusting.
Roaches are scary.
They're scary as hell.
They're bugs. Bugs scare me. Bugs scare me more than animals.
Well, ghosts don't multiply because if you have roaches And if you leave them alone for too long, they will multiply, and you will
And you can't have walnuts around.
You sure can't. You can't leave nothing around. You gotta be.
I don't eat walnuts anyway.
Anyway, no, I would rather have a ghost up here. As a matter of fact, me and the ghost would probably kick it. Like, hey,
No, you wouldn't. Listen.
I probably would. I mean,
all right. I'm gonna tell you all about the ghosts on a different show, but the ghosts are not the truth like that. But roaches are scary, and they'll just crawl and do things.
I can't do no roaches. I just can't.
And you know, man, roaches get because they got an exoskeleton. That's why they crunch when you step on them because it's their bones. I saw it.
That's ugh.
Oh, now I'm thinking about that movie. You seen the movie Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Bro, big roaches, and it was like, I'm doing my part, and it was all stomping the roaches out.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, what's the biggest roach you've seen in person?
Does the zoo count?
No, I mean live in the wild.
Live in the wild.
Or in the city.
I saw a hissing cockroach once.
How big was that?
Probably as big as my cell phone. Like
you tripping.
Like,
nigga, that was a rat.
This. It was like this way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like that. Like not this way. If it was this way, nigga, I'm shooting it. I ain't stepping on it. I'm shooting that bitch.
So like in I saw roaches in New York. Mm-hmm. But it was pretty small, and it was on the subway. But I went to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
My nigga, I saw a whole... I was walking down the street, and, you know, you walk in the buildings, and they got the palm trees and stuff, and they got, like, little spotlights that shine up the building. Boy, I looked on this wall I was walking past, and there was hundreds of roaches. Hundreds, I tell you. And it was weird because they was covering the whole wall, but they were all moving, but they weren't falling over each other. It was the scariest thing, and these things was about this big each.
Oh, hell no.
And they was on this wall just go, and I said, I crossed the street. I was like, I can't finish walking this side because that's bullshit.
No.
I'm scared of roaches. I'm scared of bugs.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I don't know if I'm scared of bugs. I just don't like them, but I'm scared of roaches. Anything that bites.
Yeah.
Spiders, trash.
Yeah. You know, I saw something. Speaking of bugs that sting, I was watching. You ever heard of Coyote Peterson?
No.
This white dude, is like going around stinging himself on purpose with the deadliest like insects. Like,
wait, does he have a show?
Yeah, on
Facebook.
You know what?
I might have seen it. I might have
Look,
seen him.
This dude put his hand holding a fish fillet in a tank full of piranha and tried to get the piranha to bite him. Dude.
That's YPS. White people shit.
Why?
He got them wipes, huh? He want them wipes.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Here's the question. Here's the question. I'm flying out to see my pants right now, real quick.
All right, let's close with this.
Okay, so what is white people shit that you actually like? What's something that's... And that's the episode of the Say It Loud podcast.
Okay. White people
fucking stupid. You're a fucking nut, bro. In case y'all didn't know, I asked the question and he pointed to his girlfriend, who is a white woman.
She is white. Actually, you asked my sister, she ain't white. Megan said on multiple occasions, "That's Bree. She ain't white."
No, yeah.
She clear.
No, for real. Other than your girlfriend.
I'm into adventurous stuff.
Like what?
Well, I actually don't know what's considered white people shit. Give me something, and I'll tell you if I do it or not.
Like jogging with your dog at dusk.
If I was awake, yeah.
Mayonnaise.
I love mayonnaise.
You love it?
That's love. That made it sound.
That's too strong.
But I put mayonnaise on sandwich. You got to have your sandwich lubricated.
Yeah, but
you got to put something on it.
Yeah, but you gotta use Miracle Whip then.
I do use Miracle Whip too.
Yeah, black folks.
But right now we don't have it. We just got some mayonnaise.
Raisins in the potato salad.
That's dumb.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Pumpkin is stupid.
You know what's crazy? I asked the question on Facebook. I said, I asked, do Italians claim pumpkin spice latte?
I saw that and I didn't understand why you asked that.
Because Italians, they make lattes and macchiatos, but pumpkin spice lattes.
Do they?
Yes. Cappuccino, espresso, that's all Italian shit.
I thought it was all Starbucks shit.
Anyway.
Uh,
Okay. Whatever.
They love my jokes.
I'm just saying.
White people. Yeah, I don't know.
Seinfeld.
Never.
Hiking in a cave with bats.
I did too. I went
Yeah.
to
See, it's white people shit.
I went hiking in St. Helens.
Yeah, that's where we went.
Yeah. Wasn't that
Whitewater rafting.
yeah.
I've done whitewater rafting a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't dive, but rock jumped off into a river a few times in Costa Rica. I mean, so it's like when I travel, I will do some dumb shit because I'll be like, I will probably never get this again.
I mean, I've watched more than one season of How I Met Your Mother.
Never.
I've watched a couple episodes of Seinfeld.
Okay, super bad. White people shit, which I absolutely love that movie.
Superbad is class.
That's got to be one of the whitest movies in the world. Just the way they talk in it is ridiculous.
The Hangover.
Yeah, that was very... And actually, Mike Epps' cameo was great because he was like, y'all are fucking retarded. Sorry, I can't say that word. I'm sorry. But, he was like, y'all are into some weird stuff, bro.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good place to stop.
Yeah, I think we good. So thank y'all for joining us for another episode.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, as always.
Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all the social things.
Yeah,
we love y'all. We appreciate you. Buy the merch at Hustle Mentality.
Oh, man, no, don't listen to him. HustlerMentality.com.
Mentality.com.
Yes, sir.
Buy the merch. Support the podcast. Look out for the Patreon because it's on its way.
On its way.
Be safe, be well, and have a Merry Christmas.
And stay as black as you can as long as you can.
Stay black.
Haka.